One of the first things I'd like to know is why you felt it was beneficial to your practice.
Well, I mean, I guess like any business, to think about us as health practitioners, you know, at least what a lot of us have started to figure out is that by building relationships, that's the best way to build your business or keep it strong and keep it consistent. Now I'm in Dallas, where I have, you know, a few hundred other chiros in my area, and we tend to attract, you know, you kind of attract people that are attracted to your practice, but still yet you want to nurture those relationships. And one way to do that is by giving something away, okay?
Right.
And no matter how you look at it, people always need a break away from the stress, away from the job, or, you know, maybe a husband and wife, you know, to be able to take 3 days away and really spend time and just kind of re-energize themselves is a huge, huge thing for them to be able to do, especially, you know, when they come into me, most of their issues are stress-related.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if I can give them a little time away or a little excuse to take a break, as a practitioner, that's really what I'm looking at. On the other end of it is, business-wise, it makes sense just because it's all about relationships. Now, I don't know, a lot of docs, and some of it varies on what type of doctors you're looking at as well. So when you say doctors, I mean, I'm assuming are you talking like general practitioner or just all types?
Well, yeah, I'm looking at all types. You know, I want to be able to bring this to people and from a professional standpoint, explain to them how it's useful. And I figured that you were the perfect person to do that for me. And if I can get some ideas from you and be able to pass it along, they would understand how it affects them immediately with their business, since you're obviously in the same business.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you right off the bat, first thing is, how can I increase my business and retain more patients? That's always going to be the key words to stimulate interest. A lot of docs, they really don't want to take on anything else onto their plate, so it has to be simplified to the point where it would be real tough to say, hey, doc, let me show you this other business you could start working in. But most of them, they're not going to even want to hear that.
Right.
But if you could say, let me show you a simple, and that's the key word, simple, effective way to get you more patients. It doesn't require a lot of extra time. And, yeah, there's another aspect to it where it's, you know, something that can build or be built into a business if you choose to. Most of them in the beginning, I can tell you, that's not going to be the main interest. The main interest will probably be more or less just a way to, you know, be able to give something away to those patients or the potential patients in a manner where it's cut and dry. They can just, hey, here's something, take advantage of it.
Right. So if I'm understanding you correctly, your main goal is to take care of the people you already have and reinforce that doctor-patient relationship or that friendly relationship. And your second reason was to be able to generate more floor traffic. And if that's so, how much more money is it going to cost you in advertising, or are you going to simply do it via word of mouth?
Well, most docs average anywhere between $50 to $100 of advertising cost per patient.
Right.
Close to $100 unless you have something really just figured out, or you're getting referrals or something like that.
Right.
The good thing about these are that, you know, you have to. Well, most docs know, hey, if I give patient something, they may actually refer 2 or 3 other folks to you.
Right.
If you establish those relationships.
Right.
Plus, on the other end, what an incentive for your employees. Okay? That's something that, can be looked at as well. It may be, hey, you can have a contest, employee of the week, because they're so affordable, you can do one every week. An incentive for referrals, an incentive for other business relationships.
Right.
If a doctor's office refer a client or patient to you, you might send the staff a few of these, mail them over and say, thank you for the referral. Here are 2 or 3, travel vouchers or something like that. So everything is just about building that relationship when it comes to doctors in a manner where it doesn't require a lot of time from them.
Right.
And the key is always to say, hey, even your staff can handle this.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you one last question, if you don't mind me taking another minute of your time.
Oh, that's fine.
Are you going to implement the 8-day, 7-night in any way? And are you going to implement, let's say, a giveaway of a Trips Online program in any way?
I really haven't gotten that far, to be quite honest. I'm more than open to implement as much as that's available to me as possible. I just haven't really ventured that far to know enough about it yet.
Right.
But what would be better than to be able to give away, maybe not once a week, but once a month, a grand trip, 12 a year, or a holiday trip or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So, and we need, trust me, we're focused on patient care. So, having new ideas and new ways to do these things is a help too. So, the key to approaching doctors is to say, you're not going to be given any more extra work to do, because I'll help you integrate this. Once we get it set up, your staff can handle it, or if you have to handle it yourself, it's easy enough for you to do.
Right.
And it's a kind of no-brainer, no extra energy required type thing.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I do appreciate it.